I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
When in your career are you going to actually fight a contender in your weight class and not do gimmick fights?
I mean, the skill level alone, now, of course, there is a size difference, a height difference and all that, but he's just going to struggle so much landing a shot. It's just going to look bad.
In a surprising moment, boxing legend Mike Tyson showed up at the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis press conference and shocked everyone with a strong warning for Jake Paul. Tyson told him to fight like his life depends on it, reminding him that facing a dangerous fighter like Davis is no joke.
You saw Jake Paul's fat body videos, and if you think he's taking his training seriously for you.
Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it. And yeah, he's nobody I'm not looking past him. I'm taking him lightly at all.
The Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight has turned into more than just a show. It's now officially labeled as an exhibition match because of the big size and weight difference between them. The Florida Athletic Commission refused to approve it as a pro fight for that reason. The fight will have 10 rounds of 3 minutes each, both using 12-ounce gloves, and knockouts will still count. The results will be judged by 2 humans and 1 AI judge to make things fair and more accurate.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Also, Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach. Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake. Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. So he can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. It's body punches only. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. Oof. So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved. But Jake Paul for the win.
Reports say that Gervonta Davis has gained some weight during training and now weighs around 160 pounds, even though he has never fought above 135 pounds before. This extra weight brings him closer to the agreed catch weight for his exhibition fight with Jake Paul. The added muscle could make him stronger, improve his ability to take punches, and turn him into an even more dangerous and unpredictable opponent.
Gervonta Tank Davis, it's my prediction that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to weigh in on the night of the fight against Jake Paul, knocking on 160 pounds. Don't be surprised if he's 157 pounds, something like that. You guys see this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino out there. And I think that is the idea for him to bulk up and be a little powerhouse out there. And I'm all for it. I'm gonna tell you in this video why I think that's the best thing for Tank and why I think he will be knocking on 160 pounds.
Teddy Atlas believes Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the most complete fighters in boxing today. He praises Tank for his powerful punches, smart counterattacks, ability to control distance, and strong mindset in the ring. Atlas says Davis fights with patience and strategy, always thinking ahead instead of just relying on power. In his view, these skills make Davis the kind of fighter who could beat someone like Jake Paul, whose style is improving but still lacks top-level experience.
The only other time he was in, for the fans to get mad with that, was against Fury's Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously, and all the size things you just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, I mean, it seemed crazy. You're going to go in there with a guy who was a 2-time heavyweight champ and a gold medalist? Wow. Even though the guy's, at a twilight part of his career still.
And you've given a lot of credit and props to Jake Paul on this show of helping get more eyeballs to the sport, but the way he takes it serious and goes about his approach and his work to this craft, that he does take it seriously. With that being said, when he announces Tank Davis, I'm getting tired of these gimmick fights and him loading the deck up. Whether it was Chavez Jr. or an old Mike Tyson, or we could go on and on with some of the UFC guys and the great Anderson Silva at 46 years of age. Tank Davis, great fighter, current fighter, world champion. We know how good he is. Been a top 10 pound for pound guy for you for the last few years now. But he's 5'5" and 135 pounds. This sounds like it would be a 195 pound fight, an exhibition. Wouldn't count on their records. Not a whole lot of other details other than it will be in November, and it sounds like in Atlanta. But I've said enough. I just want to hear your take. What do you make of this news with Jake Paul and Tank Davis?
But, you know, and I'm smiling a little bit. But back in the day, you know, I loved the 1800s, 1700s, you know, my friend out there, 1700s, whatever. But I loved the old-time fighters. They were catchweights. And there was guys like Sam Langford. I know Sam Langford shouldn't even be comparing him with this because...
Even though Davis has better skills and a stronger body now, former world champion Carl Froch warned that Jake Paul's size and unusual power could be a real danger. Froch said Davis isn't used to taking punches like that. Many people in the boxing world share the same concern, seeing this fight less as a fair contest and more as a risky show that raises questions about safety and seriousness.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think. But the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode, but hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in, and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf, and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share, and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon.
Carl Froch has strongly warned about the safety risks of the upcoming Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis exhibition fight, pointing out that there's almost a 65-pound weight difference between them.
My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself, and the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical. Again, I've said before, he's not a professional boxer. He never will be. And he proved time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So, Jake Paul, go on, piss off.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, he stands up straight and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he does so much wrong. It's just, everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional, and it's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level, and then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different. It's like a different sport.
After Jake Paul's strong win over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., many analysts are asking if he's truly ready to face top 15 or top 20 fighters. Emiliano Vargas shared his thoughts on whether Paul deserves such matchups, but most of the boxing world is still unsure. Promoter Eddie Hearn said that while Paul is improving and could soon get a WBC ranking, many experienced fighters still deserve higher spots. This debate shows the gap between Paul's growing fame and the question of whether he's really proven himself against top-level boxers.
Any of them hurt you? I just think Chavez didn't get started. That's the only thing. I mean, you can't win I want to be world champion. Zerto looks slow as shit tonight.
You can't win if you don't throw, you know, so it was kind of like the Ryan Garcia-Rollies thing. You know, Rollies didn't, I mean, Ryan really didn't get started, so, you know.
What did you say to What do you think about how Jake looked and then fought?
Hey, you know what?
You're very tough.
If he sucked ass, he sucked ass, but he actually looks pretty good. There's people who walking in the gym, you can tell right away if they can box or not. So he can box, he's selling out, you know, obviously this arena, and the only thing I can do is take a page out of his book and, you know, put it towards my showmanship, so.
Do you think he's ready for someone like top 15, top 20?
I mean, look, you know, he knows who to fight. Obviously, he's, you know, growing in his career. If he really wants to make a career, I wish him nothing but the best. But I just think that, you know, it's going to be a little longer until then.
Thank you, Emmy. Appreciate it. Oh, give us an update about you. You got a date coming up.
July 26th, Madison Square Garden. I'm ripped up. I'm ready to go. Ran with Manny Pacquiao yesterday, and you know, 15-0 on the way. Let's go, baby.
Thank you, Emmy. Appreciate it, man.
My brother, appreciate it.
Many experienced boxers and boxing fans are upset about the idea of Jake Paul getting a WBC ranking, saying it goes against the true spirit of the sport. Veteran fighter Derek Chisora has been one of the loudest critics, arguing that real boxers earn their rankings through years of hard work, solid records, and tough fights. He believes giving Paul a ranking just because of his fame or promotion is unfair to those who have sacrificed everything to reach that level.
The WBC have said they're going to give a cruiserweight ranking to the winner of this fight. Do you think they deserve one?
No, I don't think so. I don't know why. It's hard enough for real athletes, for real boxers to get those rankings, and then suddenly this Solomon Sousa decides to give double ranking because he's getting some greens in his, you know, in his back pocket. No, that is disgrace to boxing.
Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith highlighted the huge size and experience gap in the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight. Jake usually weighs over 200 pounds, while Davis is a lightweight champion, and fans clearly notice the difference. Smith questioned if promoting such mismatched fights helps or hurts boxing, warning that events like this could turn the sport into pure entertainment instead of real competition.
Can't buy the hype at this particular moment in time. Now, I'll give Jake Paul credit for this. At least he's in the ring with a boxer. But 57 years old is 57 years old. And 57 years old and formally walking into a UFC fight as an audience member, as a patron with a cane, it's hard to me believe a year later that you're going to be in any condition to really, really fight. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. And if you're Jake Paul, here's what I want to say to you. It's Mike Tyson, that's fine. It's a money fight, I get you, and you want to make money. But at some point in time, if you keep telling us that you're taking boxing seriously and you want to be recognized as a big-time boxer / fighter, you're going to have to fight somebody closer to your age, who is a contender at the very least in the sport and who lives with it every single day. Could you please get in the ring with somebody? Pretty please, with sugar on top. I'm interested.
Stephen A. Smith gave a strong reaction after the controversial majority draw between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach in March. He praised Davis for his solid record and said the criticism was unfair. Smith pointed out that Davis showed real champion mindset by staying calm under pressure and quickly agreeing to a rematch, proving his confidence and desire to show he's still one of the best.
Gervonta Davis might be every bit as box office as Maverick himself. As exciting, as electric, because this dude performs every time out, y'all. Wherever Davis goes, wherever he fights, fans justifiably follow. He's that special. And Davis is without a doubt one of the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world right now. Don't you even doubt it.
Stephen A. Smith said that a proven champion like Gervonta Davis fighting a less experienced opponent could hurt his reputation. He believes this fight is far below Tank's level and even said Davis should feel embarrassed by it. Smith also criticized the rise of mismatched exhibition fights like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, saying such events are disappointing and disrespectful to real boxing. He stressed that Paul should fight true boxers, not retired athletes or faded stars, if he wants to earn real respect.
Jake Paul is a professional. At some point in time, I don't give a damn if it's a light heavyweight. Better be Bivol, a super middleweight, Canelo, Mexican Monster, David Benavidez, somebody that actually has a reputation. The time has come for Jake Paul to step into the ring with a cat who actually boxes for a living and give us that fight. I appreciate the fact of him promoting. I appreciate him having the cachet as a former YouTuber turned boxer. I like Jake Paul. I respect Jake Paul. I'm just saying, because I like him and because I respect him, I want to see him in the ring. And I don't want to hear, I know his numbers are better, but then he gonna say, I don't need Canelo, Canelo needs me. Well, wait a minute. It ain't just about popularity, bruh.
Gervonta Davis's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, said that the only person who can truly beat Tank is Tank himself. In his talk with Stephen A. Smith, Ford explained that no opponent has ever pushed Davis to his full limits. He also said that Tank hasn't yet shown everything he's capable of, and that their goal in training is to help him reach an even higher level of greatness.
Who do you want to see? You, as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him, you're training him all the time, you know him, both y'all from the streets of Baltimore the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight next?
I want him to get all of them that ran their mouth.
Give me the names. I need names, Calvin. I need names.
You already know. We went down to, we working on the big four. It was Garcia. That's the first one. Roma, I hope we get him soon. Shakur, he's going to get it. He know he's going to get it. It's just Bob is in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? Bob know what he's doing over there. You can't tell Bob how to run his game because he's like a vet at this. He's been doing it for so many years. That's going to happen. All the fights that we'll want, they have no choice. They're going to take the fight when it's time to take the fight. It's just right now, who's going to take the fight? That's the question.
Shakur Stevenson strongly criticized the idea of Gervonta Davis fighting Jake Paul, calling it a bad move because of the huge size difference. He said Davis should face real boxers instead, and that an exhibition like this disrespects the sport compared to true championship fights. Stevenson also mentioned that Davis could earn more money and respect by fighting top-level opponents, suggesting that he himself would be a better and more deserving challenger.
Maybe he'll fight Jake Paul instead. What do you think of that?
I think that's terrible.
Why?
I mean, I get it, because at the end of the day, it's the money business, and you want to make the most money, but from what I'm hearing, he can make more money in a fight with me, and if that's the case, why not fight me?
Sure. Do you think he beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
there's a huge size advantage, though.
It is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously better from the time frame that he started till now. And in the right situation, I also could see him become a world champion.
Really?
Yeah.
Joe Budden believes Gervonta Davis's decision to fight Jake Paul makes perfect sense and is a smart business move. He says boxing has always been about money, and Tank is just taking advantage of a big opportunity. Budden also mentioned Lamont Roach's Instagram post, where Roach claimed Jake Paul's contract had a rematch clause. Budden thinks Netflix might have paid to remove that clause so the $100 million Paul versus Davis fight could happen. He added that if Roach was right, he basically fought for nothing. Now Budden says if Jake Paul wants to survive this fight, he must take Mike Tyson's advice and fight like a real warrior, while Davis faces the challenge of proving his skill and heart against a much bigger man.
Quite surprised because it sounded like Jake Paul and Joshua was getting closer and closer for January. However, there have been rumours of Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul in the past. I think with Gervonta Davis's kind of legal problems in the last month or so and rumours about his retirement, I don't think it's a massive shock that he is taking this Jake Paul fight if it is going to go ahead, purely for the reason that it's a lot of money for maybe not the most difficult job that he's going to have in his career. So it's a strange one, but yeah, it's just another kind of day in the sport, really, isn't it?
Can Jake Paul's hype really stand strong in the ring? Or will Gervonta Davis's skill and experience reveal his limits? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.